Hello everybody and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution. I apologize for the long gap between videos. I recently started a new job and relocated. And in addition, I've been trying to get a 5-star Jurassic difficulty park, which took me a very long time, but this is it. I didn't do a full playthrough recorded anyway because this took me an extremely long time. You can see up there, the time up there took me 22 hours, 48 minutes when the par time is 12 hours. So definitely did not want to brag about any sort of speed run going on here. So I just wanted to kind of show the park, show the jungle and the coastal skins that you can get. And then we can have kind of a fun little discussion about challenge mode and what I liked about it and what I didn't like so much about it. So first things first, I'll just kind of go over how I made this park. So starting point here, this was my first enclosure, which I just filled with all of the starting herbivores. How did this guy get in here? Okay. And so I had a viewing gallery here, and this had like Dracorex, Triceratops, Edmontosaurus, and Rutheniaminus for a very long time. I had my Ceratosaurus enclosure here. You may notice that I started making certain exhibits in the shape of the viewing gallery viewing area to help with those contracts for increasing viewing to 100%. From there, my plan, I wanted to make this kind of a park where I had the Visitor Innovation Center at the middle, and I had exhibits and kind of going in a pinwheel around it. And it kind of worked out, but not really. I ended up not really liking the layout of this park, but it took me so long just to get to 3 stars that I wanted to finish it. So anyway, from there I built this big Jurassic enclosure. I've got all the North American sauropods in here. I did have Stegosaurus in here. I no longer do because the Stegosauruses, one would hide in this corner of the enclosure and one would hide over here, and their social requirements were not met because they were too far away, and they would break out pretty much with every storm, and it got really annoying, which was frustrating because I really wanted to have Stegosaurus. So as soon as I reached 5 stars, I tranquilized and sold all of them so that I could make this video without Stegosaurus breaking out. I have this small little enclosure for the different ankylosaurs. I have this small other one here for Polacanthus because it only tolerates 4 total dinos. So yeah, I couldn't put Polacanthus in with the other ones because it would try to break out. I have this pretty cool T-Rex and Deinonychus enclosure over here. They actually seem to get along pretty well. Here's the jungle Deinonychus skin, real quick. Definitely a good one. That's what you get for beating anything, any challenge mode on 5 stars.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Then I built, this was my T-Rex, and then it became an Indominus Rex. This is the new coastal skin. I named this one Venom, because it just looks like the symbiote Indominus Rex. Let's see, then I have this here with Spinosauruses and Dilophosauruses, kind of like a swamp dino themed gyrosphere. And then as you can see, I was running out of space, so I've got this viewing platform with like Cretaceous, China, Asia dinosaurs, and this is, I mean, I think this works, but you can tell that this was kind of like, not as uniform as I would have liked it. So that was how I made this park. I didn't realize, man, this is, when you go here, you basically need to have a certain number of species to get rid of the variety penalty. And then you need to, once you have that, you need to reach a total rating at the bottom there of 10,000. So I'm a little short of that now because I've gotten rid of the Stegosauruses, and I also had a Giganotosaurus in here because I basically ran out of room to build enclosures. And while it was alive, I got the 10 stars, and then Spino killed it and absorbed some of its rating, but not enough to keep me at 10 stars. Sorry, 10,000 dinosaur rating. So if I ever do a speed run type thing to see if I can beat the 12-hour time, I would not put much focus on trying to make the park more pretty looking. It would be a lot of kind of factory style. Oh yeah, and I forgot, I put this little Metriacanthosaurus exhibit so the monorail can see him, because once again I was running out of space. I would use something more like my previous video, where I had the single lane going down the middle of the island and I had exhibits on both sides. Okay, so now that we've kind of talked about that, I figured it'd be kind of fun to just talk about the challenge mode in general. The things that I like about it is it definitely brings some replayability to this game. However, well, we'll get into the drawbacks later. I like that it uses Isla Nublar, because otherwise you basically just use that for the sandbox. I think it'd be cool if you could do challenge mode on any of the islands, but I think it was probably most appropriate to pick this one. I like that it was genuinely kind of difficult, especially on the Jurassic difficulty. Some of the things that I noticed that were much harder were you had a disease pop up, which they pop up way more often. The diseases will spread and kill your dinosaurs much faster, to the point where if you ever have two sick dinos at once, you should definitely just take control of the Jeep and do it yourself. Because if it starts spreading, you'll have, your whole exhibit will be sick dinosaurs pretty quickly. Storms seem to hit more often as well. You start having tornadoes once you reach like 1 star. Thankfully, once I got to 4 stars, maybe I just got lucky, but I only had 1 tornado, and I just had a lot of normal storms once I got to 4 stars. So maybe the game was trying to give me a break since I was so close to 5. The contracts get, that's a good way to get more money, but you can see my reputation is really high with all 3 of them, but they will sabotage you even with really high reputation if you don't do a contract in a while. I haven't done one in a while, so I might get sabotaged during this video. What else? The money aspect of the Hammond Foundation is a killer. You can see they are taking 1,300,000. So the most you ever make, not counting fossil finds, is like around this much to 400,000 is like your best profit. Because I have a science center, an innovation center, and a security center, so I'm making even more money just based. Those are there to help me keep afloat with money. Fossils really helped me stay ahead as far as money goes, but once you've either exhausted or dug at a place enough times, you don't get as many minerals. I used this, not that one. This perk here, the dig yield, I probably should have just used this 3 times, because that really helps get more minerals to sell. I used that on hard difficulty, and it almost acted like a cheese, because I got so many minerals that I was up in the like $30 million zone, and I was like, okay, well, the whole challenge of managing the money is gone. But the Jurassic difficulty definitely stepped that up. Else. I do like that for Jurassic difficulty anyway, you almost need to have like a planned layout for your park, because what I did here was I had a loose plan of what I wanted to do, but I did not have a plan for how many species and how many enclosures I wanted, and I ended up having to kind of jury rig a couple of enclosures and put together a couple dinosaurs that don't really make sense, like the Dilophosaurus and the Spinosaurus. So those are the positives. I did enjoy this, and I know Jurassic difficulty is supposed to be like a real challenge, and not just kind of like a, oh yeah, let's play through this again for fun. That another para.
En route to
You
collect
still,
the
the
asset.
dinosaurs live much longer, but you still run into the issue of they'll just be out, if you release them at a similar time, you'll be busy incubating dinosaurs for like 30 minutes, because they're all just gonna die at about the same time. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about things that could be improved. The replayability of this could most be benefited by altering the starting dinosaurs, because you literally start with Ceratosaurus, Edmontosaurus, Struthiomimus, Triceratops, just like you do in the story mode, and that gets old, because you're starting with the same 4 dinosaurs over and over again.
Asset transportation.
I mean, I love those dinosaurs, but like Ceratosaurus in particular, I'm just like, dude, I don't want any more Ceratosaurus, because it's like the only big carnivore you get until like T-Rex. What's nice is with the little mini DLCs, you can get a Baryonyx pretty quickly. See, all my dinosaurs are dying from old age
Asset
now.
requiring collection.
So that's nice. And you can also get like Sinoceratops pretty quickly, and Dracorex. So you have a couple different ones to add on compared to the story mode. But overall, you're starting with the same 4 dinosaurs every single time, and that got old, because I've beat this on normal, hard, and Jurassic now. So I think it'd be really neat if they just alter the order in which you unlock dinosaurs. So maybe one time you start off with the Isla Morta dinosaurs, so you start off with Dilophosaurus, Corythosaurus, Ankylosaurus, and Velociraptor, and you have to manage having only low security fences or something. Or I don't know. Even that doesn't really work, because your carnivores are just gonna break out because you only have low security fences. So I don't really know how to fix that, other than just altering the starting dinosaurs and changing the order in which you unlock them. The next thing is the contracts got really annoying to me. I had like you'll have times when you get a bunch of really easy ones where it's just like reach a money goal that's you're almost at anyway. Then you'll have ones where it's like increase dinosaur visibility to 100%, And unless you're building all of your exhibits like this one, where the whole exhibit is in view, your dinosaurs will just, one of them will wander into sight, and then another one will wander just barely out of sight, and you'll never get that contract done. So it's nice that you can just exterminate the contracts, but when the contracts come up, it'd be nice if you could just deny it there and not get a penalty and take a new one. I think that would be the best solution for that, because that way you're not saying, yes, I'll do it, you're saying, no, give me another one, so you can skip the bad ones and just get better contracts. Let's see, I might as well go on a gyrosphere ride while we're talking. What else? So the diseases being more prevalent kind of highlighted that shooting the dinosaurs on the Jeep can be really annoying. A lot of times, as you hit them once, and if it's some diseases take multiple shots, and the dinosaur will freak out and start running away. And I know I'm not a good shot with this to begin with, but hitting them a second time while they're running can just be really annoying. And then while that one dinosaur is running, and if you're missing your shots, it's pretty likely that the disease is going to spread to like 3 other dinosaurs. So, and then a lot of times they'll hide in the trees, and it didn't even seem like the darts penetrate through the trees, even if it's a giant sauropod you're shooting. So that's a little bit frustrating. I don't really know how to improve that, other than maybe they could increase the tranq dart travel time or make it shoot a little bit faster, so it's not so like you have to aim 40 feet in front of a dinosaur when it's moving. Let's see, what else? I didn't really have any. I mean, I had issues with the Stegosaurus, but I kind of like that the dinosaurs have their own personalities, where it's like you really need to cater to certain dinosaurs, like Stegosaurus, and other ones like Hyangosaurus is completely chill and you don't really have to worry about them. I always found it funny that like Spinosaurus I don't have to worry about at all, but when a storm comes, I need to tranquilize T-Rex and Indominus Rex like immediately, so because they might actually break out. Same thing goes with the Velociraptors versus Deinonychus. I swapped out Velociraptors for Deinonychus as quickly as possible. I think those should kind of be reversed, where you get Deinonychus first because it's a easier dinosaur to maintain. Velociraptor gets ticked off really, really quickly. We need another Pachycephalosaurus now.
Asset collection request
So
received.
part of it too is there got to a point in the game when I was really close to 5 stars and I had all these dinosaurs, and all I wanted to do was hatch an Indoraptor so that it could go fight my previous Indominus Rex, and I was going to help the Indoraptor win because I wanted it to have a higher rating so we could get closer to the dinosaur rating we needed. And I had so many things come up that it literally took me a half hour just to fly over and tranquilize and hatch the Indoraptor. And so they basically, the micromanagement of the game can get really over the top once you start getting more and more dinosaurs, especially on Jurassic difficulty, which once again I know that that's the point of Jurassic difficulty. It just got to the point where it was like, okay, this is not very enjoyable anymore. What else? I mean, that's about all I can think of, really. I really like this challenge mode. I think that there's a couple of things that could be done that we talked about to make it better and more replayable. I would like it if they added some more skins. I do like the two that they gave us. I'd really like if they added some more, like, Jurassic Park franchise skins, like the green T-Rex and the Jurassic Park 3 raptors and the Lost World raptors and stuff. I'm hoping that with the holidays coming up that there's going to be an expansion announced soon that will kind of help rejuvenate this game, because as of now I've beat the Jurassic challenge mode. The only other thing left really would be to try to beat it at the par time, which I was nowhere even close to earlier. So yeah. That's about all I've got. I hope you all enjoyed it. I really enjoy this game. There's just several things that I think could be tweaked and maybe make this mode more replayable. And I do think that the time for some sort of larger scale expansion is approaching, or hopefully that's still Frontier's plan, is to kind of treat this game similarly to how they did Planet Coaster. But thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and you all have a great day. Bye.